you want to call it. Hell, that I even get religious guys who would do so because they're afraid of their dicks, or they're just afraid of that sex driver. They think that that's like they think that they're because they would do that they're in some way that would set them apart. They'd be superior. Because I think the idea is behind that is that if they took that pill to kill their libido, that would free them up to greatness. They'd be the next Nikolai Tesla because he was an incel too, right? Well, not exactly. I would argue that the reason why Western civilization is what it is because men have a sex drive. Men want to fuck. David Lee Roth, the greatest philosopher on planet Earth, wrote a wonderful, beautiful song. Everybody wants some. Want some, get some. That everybody wants some is the key to human dissatisfaction. And people want to say, "Oh, that's horrible." What do, we want to promote human contentment. No, you don't. You want dissatisfaction. You want discontent. Discontent, like the human condition is defined by discontent. And that is a good, thank God, thank you, God, for that discontent. God forbid I am ever content. The minute you can look in the mirror and be happy with what you see, you are sunk. And people aren't like that anyways. You want more. We want something else. You will never and of course this fundamentally goes back to like the idea of happiness, like which you can sort of pair up, I think, with contentment. But you think that the diploma, if I get my bachelor's degree, I'm going to be happy because then I can get a really great job. And then you realize this sucks, working 40 hours a week for somebody else, making somebody else rich. But I had to go to 4 years of college and take out X amount of student loans so that I could get into this position, so that I could pay back those student loans to work for somebody who probably didn't go to college, or maybe he did, and he's paying off student loans too. It's this vicious cycle, right? And then I go, okay, well, fine. I think maybe if I got my master's degree, then I would be happy, and then I could do stuff. You get your master's degree. Well, it was great. It was great celebration. I'm very proud of my accomplishments and everything, but wonder if I had my doctorate, if things would be like, my conditions would change, if things would be better. And that's good, man. It's good to want to, reinvent things. It's good to want to explore. And that is directly related to your libido. For most guys, especially, like some guys might have some sort of inherent like wanderlust or some sort of inherent like talent for invention or creativity, right? But that creativity was selected as a result of sexual selection, because creative intelligence is a selected for attribute in human beings, right? Also survival and, big muscles and everything else, but also the clever son of a bitch who knows how to build a house, who figured out how to make a bow and arrow, how to make fire. Og make fire. Women wanted to fuck Og. I made wheel. Okay. He gets all the bitches because he made a wheel, right? It paid off to be creative, but that creativity came from solving a problem, and you had to creatively imagine something. You'd be imaginative. And so that's the key right there. So that comes from, I need bitches. I need chicks. I want a woman who's going to fuck me. Well, but the only way I'm going to do that is to have access to have resources, territory, and access to beautiful women. That's what defines a powerful man throughout history. How do you get there? Well, you got to have a libido in the first place. That's why when all these guys say, "I would never go to Babes in Toyland in Vegas, Rollo, there's nothing but sluts and whores there." Okay, where do you want to go? Nowhere, because you want your libido to go away. You want to turn it off. So having that libido, don't hate on that. You just have to channel it. I'm going to go all like Freudian on you. I hate to, I like Freud, but I understand why people hate Freud. Freud once said that all energy is sexual. And by energy, it's like motivations, drive, whatever, impetus. I don't know. All energy is sexual. It's just how you channel that. More inventions have been created. Some of the greatest masterpieces have been painted, and the greatest novels in the world were written because that dude wanted to figure out an end run around how to get pussy. That's the long and the short of it. Those inventions, the what drives human innovation is the male sex drive, channeled, or frustration, I should say, channeled to creative solutions to that discontent. I'm on record as saying this too. It's like I had an art teacher when I was in. People don't know I actually have I have a BFA too, right? I had an art teacher once tell me, he said that discontent is a good thing. This is where I kind of picked up most of this. It's a good thing. Being unsatisfied with shit, like being your own worst critic, is a good thing. I mean, not destructively so, but as I said, there's two ways that human beings deal with discontent: constructively and creatively, or destructively. Fucking some men just want to watch the world burn, right? That's dealing with discontent. They don't want to just watch the world burn. They want to make a statement about their discontent. Well, if I can't live in the world, I can't have the way I want, I'm going to tear it all down and burn it all down. Right? It's just destructive discontent. For creative, constructive discontent, that's where the genius is exercised. What's causing the discontent? Your libido, your sexual frustration. For men in particular, it's your frustrations. So to say, like, you could, like, are there guys who are going to argue with me and say, well, if I didn't have a libido, I'd be free to think of things and be able to do stuff that I wanted to do, and I wouldn't be like, why aren't you doing that now? I should, go be a eunuch, man. Take saltpeter or whatever the fuck it is. I mean, you can actually do that. It's funny, these people are very no-fap, and they'll be like, I watched this one. I don't have it. I wish I would have picked it up, but there was a clip that I saw of this guy who goes, when you give up porn, this is what happens. And it goes through the first day, and then like the week, and then a month, and then 3 months, and 6 months, and a year, and 2 years, and 5 years, and then 10 years, and 50. It goes all the way to 50 years, right? And at 50 years, you're like turn into this, like, you're like one with the universe. It's like your atoms become energy at that point. And it's meant to be a parody and ridiculous, but it does just prove a point. It's like people think that by denying that part of themselves, by our humanness, and as far as that's concerned, oh God, Dylan is calling me. Dylan, I can't talk to you right now. I'm in a show, brother, man. He's trying to call me. All right, enough of that. So yes, don't try to kill your sex drive. How do I get past the PTSD of my past blue pill life? PTSD, like, what happened? How do I get past my PTSD? Well, first of all, stop calling it PTSD. Trust me, you don't have PTSD. I mean, were you traumatized? Were you really traumatized? I mean, that's the thing. Like, I understand why women can get traumatized. You got to remember, women are the vulnerable sex, and women put a high priority on the emotional interpretation of their surroundings. Right? They start with emotion. That's not to say that women can't be reasonable and rational. It's just that they don't start reasonable and rational. But men do, and should, or unless they're conditioned not to. But first of all, stop calling it PTSD. Just say, hey, look, I'm, how do I deal with my past blue pill life? Well, first of all, identify what it is that is causing you that stress. PTSD, let's stop calling it PTSD. Let's just say you're put out, you're distressed about something, pissed off, frustrated. Why did I do that? Is that like hindering you from living the rest of your life? I've done some pretty stupid shit in my life. What was I on? I was talking about, was it? It was a few shows ago. I was talking about like some of that. I can tell you right now what I know. Like, if you ask me, Rolo, what's the most embarrassing thing you've ever done? I am now 58 years old, so I can pretty much, I will never repeat it. So I can pretty